Good afternoon, everybody, or morning, where are you guys from? My name is Vic. I'm from Drop Spotlight, Alamo City, Vida, and this is Discover a Musical Vibe Podcast, Episode 1. No, I'm your host again, Vic. This podcast is more of the discovery of new music, either indie or to major, mainstream. But what I like, what you should check out and enjoy. There's so much music out there, and many people don't realize that it's like the floodgates opening up where you find something and enjoy it, and it's getting harder these days to find. I know you're like, oh, Victor, you're on Spotify right now. There's CD Baby. There's all these different places, Bandcamp. But yeah, they tell you what you like. Only you know what you like. And when you like it, you will find it and you will notice it. So, uh, Discover Musical Vibe podcast is an introduction to those musical discoveries, those musical gardens that you see from afar. You take a trip, a journey, and see what it's all about, basically. So, who am I to discuss this stuff with you? Well, I'm Vic. Music is my life. I've been going to concerts since I was 14. Age alert! and I enjoy music from all types. There is a song in every genre from a band or a musician that will talk directly to you. When I was younger, I was like, I wouldn't listen to this genre. I wouldn't listen to this. And now I'm like, wow, where have you been all my life? But that's who we are. That's the music finds you. You don't find the music. The music finds you. And I'm hoping this podcast is another outlet, another way to look into that. So not only being a musical fan since I was 14, I'm 39 now, so it's about 25 years. I've attended many concerts, experienced memorable moments, which I've covered in our other limited series podcast on almocity.com, live concert stories. Be sure to check that out, guys. And you have to be there. So being able to see musicians, the opening bands where they'll come later on my podcast talking about one of the opening bands from one of my concert reviews where I never heard their music. I just heard the name, but just brushed it off. But after that concert, they're in my playlist now. Like I listen to them and I'll say again, where have you been all my life? Exactly. So yeah, so I'm a musical fan first. Fan. I love to listen to music. There's times where I'll listen to something I don't get or I don't understand, and then after the second or third time, I'm like, oh, there you were. There you were with that explanation, that musical tone that captivates your heart, captures your heart or captivates. Sorry, I have a speech impediment. And takes you to a different journey that you originally weren't thought of or imagined. So, yeah. So the basis of this podcast is just to introduce you to some music, introduce you to concert reviews, to introduce you to musicians or bands you wouldn't never heard of, but given the chance to sit down and listen, are added to your Apple Music playlist, your Spotify playlist, you go out and buy the CD, go buy the album, buy the digital download, go see them in concert, take pictures, make those moments. So yeah. So me in a nutshell, I love everything. I try to. I want to, but the music's music. Some is for you, some isn't. So I'm not here to hate. I'm not here to disgruntle this. Oh, I don't like that. I was like, well, I may like it, but you may like it. I might not like it, you may like it, or vice versa. So the basis of me is just I'm your fan that knows a little bit more about different tastes in music that will introduce you later on to something where maybe that musician's genre excites you to venture more into, That's why we're here to discover music, musical vibe, Have fun, enjoy yourself. I know you're listening, you're like, shut the fuck up, guy, and just talk. Let's get back to the basics. So, back to the basics. We'll do a little bit of music news. And let's see, that we cover on our website, dropspotlight.com, as well as alamocityvida.com. But what's more for San Antonio? But Alamo City, Drop Spotlight, we have a category for music. We've been doing it since day one, about 9 years now. 9 years? Yeah. But yeah, first things first, heavy metal icons Pantera announced their second leg of their North American Celebration Tour with Lamb of God. Oh, snap. I've never seen Pantera live. That's been on my bucket list. When I was so young, I tried to get my parents to let me go see Pantera in McAllen, Texas, but I'm like, no, it was a reinventing the Steel tour. Like, I want to go, but never got to. The closest I got to was seeing Vinny with that band that they did was the singer from Mudvayne. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But they had that one song, Alcohol and Ass. I ain't no singer, guys. I'm one of those shower singers where you have the door closed or shower on loud where you're like, all right, quick, get that noise out of here. But yes, I haven't seen any Texas dates yet, but fingers crossed they're coming to San Antonio. I know they went to Austin, but I'm hoping that San Antonio becomes the next leg of the tour. And one other piece of news, because they send to me all the time, Olivia Rodrigo unveils, not announced, she's unveiled a new video, official video. Uh, Can't Catch Me Now from The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Music from the movie, and of course inspired by it. I saw the video, so it was pretty decent. It was pretty decent. I know she's a three-time Grammy Award winners, and with the movie partnering with her, it was a no-brainer. It was a good choice. Very good choice on that. So we do a lot of music news on our website, and I'll talk a little bit about it here on the podcast when I have a chance. So those are like the major news for me that I wanted to talk about. So another thing I like to have, and I'll include that in the description below for the YouTube video. So Spotify listeners, follow us, and you can see our playlists. Um, I do a lot of music reviews and music press releases from a lot of musicians, indie to mainstream. And if their music is good enough, I'll put it on my website. If it's beyond good enough, it's great, add it to my playlist. And so far, I have two musicians on my playlist called "Listen to Me" playlist that I've been digging a lot. I've been listening to their music videos on YouTube, including their other music as well on Spotify. Uh, First things first, Stealth Moose. Their song "Swimming Pool" to Sami. It's just amazing. So much mixes of different musical eras in one song is so gratifying. I enjoyed it so much just reviewing it. They reached out, asked for a review, and well, let me check it out. And I'm like, I got you. I got you. Got the review out, very cool people. And then afterwards, I started checking out the other music. And I'm like, I'm digging this. I'm a fan now, and I enjoyed it. So when you go to listen to me, check out "Swimming Pool" to Sami by Stealth Moose. A little bit of grunge, a little bit of sludge, a little bit of rock, a little metal, all mixed up together, and it's a fun song, and I digged it. I really digged it, guys. Another musician, she's more the R&B, dark R&B and pop, but it just flowed. You could feel her words when she sang to you. It's from a woman named Ashley Rodriguez. The song is called "I Know You See It Too." Uh, I saw it on my feed on one of my social media pages. Someone shared it. And I was like, "Oh, check it out." It was Twitter, and someone shared it, and I checked it out. I was like, "Dude, this is pretty good. This is really good." So after a couple more listens, I just did a review, tagged, found who the musician was, tagged her on Twitter. I followed her Instagram, followed her YouTube, as well as her Spotify, because she had some other good songs. But this one just captured my attention. I know you see it too. Just everything about it was just really good, guys. So when you have a chance after this podcast episode, check it out. And just go to my listen to me on Spotify and give it a play. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, then all good. You know what I mean? You heard new music, something you don't hear on the radio that much. And it's funny, it just came out on a feed. You know where you're gonna find good music at, or find something you're gonna check out. But that's good for the new music for right now. In later episodes, I will be going over more musicians, more songs, maybe albums as well. And then I'll have a part for interviews. I've had a lot of musicians reach out after when I announced this podcast that I will be doing interviews, including the podcast. I have a little way I know how to do so I can include interviews in here, and it got overwhelming. So I told him I'm gonna pick and choose. Reach out. And it won't have to be long interviews. You know what I mean? Just the basics. I like the basic introductions because I want to put a story behind the musician, the music. You know what I mean? Like we have a music interview section on the website. We've done hundreds of musicians from around the world, literally around the world, and I learned a lot from a lot of these musicians, the way they write their music, inspiration, the parties in the studios, or the just being bored in the studio, and stuff like that. And it gives you an idea of what they go to create the magic of the music. And a lot of times it just takes so much time to create that magic. So, so yes, guys, I will be doing music interviews, and they'll be included in the podcast. It won't be like a whole pod. The whole podcast won't be with that musician, but I plan to just do a Zoom interview, include it in the podcast, middle of the podcast, end of the podcast. Or actually, it's part of the podcast. So I don't know where to put it, um, but yeah, and I do a lot of that. So I want to introduce you to future musicians to check out, listen to, and of course, what if their genre of music is something that interests you? So we'll go from there, guys. And yeah, I have a little thing here where I go for my steps where I go. My little producer asked to do this, So yes, there's not a long episode for today, just because not only we have no music interview, but because it's just an introduction. So I want to slowly introduce you to the podcast, slowly introduce you to what we're going to be talking about, and then yeah, next part is concert reviews. I've been going to concerts since I was 14. I've seen the biggest musicians in the world, Metallica, all the way down to the band that opens up at the bar. And either one, I give them the time of my day. I'll listen to their music, drink a beer while listening, or eat some nachos or some whatever snacks they have there, and yeah. So this past weekend, me and Frank, Gizzy Photography, shout out. We went to the Rock Box in San Antonio, downtown San Antonio, to see Red, Saul, or Sal, I think that's how they pronounce it, Sal, and Kingdom collapsed. So we were invited by Red's management team to go as media, so that's cool. We got to the Rock Box. It was sprinkling that day, a little rainy, but it was pretty packed. It was pretty packed, y'all. So once we got there, there was an opening band that wasn't advertised to perform, but they were there performing. So I didn't know who they were. I didn't catch their name, so my bad. Next, it's San Antonio's own Kingdom Collapse. I've been wanting to see that band for a while now. I'm a listener on XM radio, Octane and Liquid Metal, mostly both Octane and Liquid Metal. But on Octane, Jose Mangan was playing this one song called Unbreakable for a while, and I was like, dude, this is a really good song. And once they started talking more, they did like an interview with the band, and when the band said they're from San Antonio, like what? And and yeah, it was mind blowing. They were there. San Antonio has some good musicians. They're not showcased, so politics. That's all I'll go from there. But they uh, they were showcased hard on Octane, and they were doing multiple uh, shows around the country. So I'm like, when you come to San Antonio. So when I actually met the singer at the Theory of a Dead Man concert prior at Boeing Center at Techport. I was like, dude, you're the singer from Kingdom Collapse. I got my selfie with him. We talked a bit. He said they were performing with Red and Saul at Rockbox. I'm like, sure, I'm going. And so what happens? Red reached out. So I was like, all right, let's. It worked out all in the end. So me and Frank got there. Kingdom Collapse played a pretty good set. They played some songs like I've heard, Suffer, and a couple other tracks. So I think they did a new song. And then when it hit Unbreakable, sorry about that, excuse me. It tore the house down, got people. I got a little bit of video footage, I put it up. I know lighting wasn't that good, so the video was fading in and out, but sound is what you need. The experience is what you needed. So it was good. It was a good show. Good performance. Now the next band I gotta talk about is Saul or Sal. I heard the name, never heard the music. So I went in there completely new to the band, and holy shit, they're pretty fucking good. I was shocked at how well played Sal or Saul is. They had I don't know how they captured the vibe, pun intended, of that show, but you can even see from throughout the performance, the drummer was like, dude, this, I could feel it, and it was good. A lot of the songs are good. I enjoyed it, and their last song they played was "Brother," and they said it was the military took it for themselves because they're brothers, armed forces, and there was a lot of military in attendance just for that, and that was wild. He's like, you know what, we have some extra goodies for you military veterans or in armed forces here at the show at our booth, and he said, please go by, we take care of our military. And when they were playing Brother, it was good. Like, it was a good performance, so you could see people just going wild. After that performance, uh, spoiler alert, when I got home, I follow them on all social media, added them on my Apple Music, Spotify. I listen to music every day now. It was it was mind blowing, guys and gals. You need to check out Sal. Saul. Brother was amazing, and they have a couple other tracks that I dig. I really did. And lastly was Red that performed, and they brought the house down. I was like, oh snap! You can see the fan of me coming out like, Like it was a really good show. And the people next to me, they were just going off, head banging, nodding their head, tripping up and down. It was my first time seeing Red, so I was like, I wanted to experience it. I wanted to take it all in, but it was pretty wild. The band did a great job. They performed for nearly 2 hours, and it was a good show. The theatrics, and these little mannequins in the background, and the smoke was coming out. It was good. The Rated R tour. So when you guys are out there, be sure to check out the Rated R tour. If it's coming to a city near you, check out Red, South, and Kingdom Collapse, and add them to your musical thing. And I went a little over my concert review time, which I wanted to have, but it was an experience to check out. Check out for that. And lastly, it's just, do you have music? Do you want to be reviewed? Indie to mainstream, PR agents, do you have musicians? Uh, Email address is admin@dropspotlight.com. That's going to be added in the bottom of the description. But just we're content creator influencers, but at the same time we provide a service and music. So not every musician's music makes it on our website. I know I get like 10 emails on the same email, like, why didn't you do this? Your excuse for there not being that good be on there. And here's the thing, I receive hundreds of emails a day just on our music side. It's grown from just doing homegrown San Antonio musicians to musicians from the world. I've got a lot of PR agent friends I take care of, but at the same time, I let them know, like, you got to focus on this and that. I'm not here to throw out hate for musicians or music or songs I don't dig. I want to showcase something where I know my fans are gonna dig. Oh, Victor, you gotta showcase everything. I'm not traditional media, guys. I am not traditional, but music is life. So send it to me. I'm gonna give it a check. I'll check it out. Just like at South by Southwest 2023, I went to this musical event. Did 17 interviews with musicians from around the country. And now I lost my voice, but we like to give the spotlight to others, pun intended. But we want people to discover your music. So even if the song doesn't make it on the website, or we listen to it, so you got a view, we gotta listen. And if it does make the website, we share it. I am working on a way for we could compromise on that, but I won't reveal it now. But just that's how it is for right now, guys. There's just so much music out there. I barely got another concert reviewer in. I got a concert photographer in as well that's doing that for me, so I can concentrate more fully on this, on the music side. But you will see more of this discovery musicians coming up soon, guys. So thank you for listening. This went over more than I anticipated. The concert review was good. I got more concerts coming up, guys. But yeah, check us out. Give us a like, give us a follow. What you like? Yeah, comment. Let me know what you liked about this, what you didn't like, and let's talk music, guys. Let's continue talking. Away from my introductions and my lousy time me talking about myself, I can be talking about music. And lastly, I just can't play the music on here because I've been dinged. DCMA or whatever that bullshit is. And it happens. It's protecting everybody. So that's why I'm like, links are there, guys. The music's there. Just give it a click, give it a follow, give it a like, give it a listen. All right, guys and gals. Again, I am Vic, from your host from Drop Spotlight and Alamo City Vida. Main editor, producer, writer, pretty guy. This is Vic on Discover a Musical Vibe podcast, episode 1.